All right, I'm looking at another fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. We're starting with freak. So I want to reuse the E and assume it's true, and then assume one of the grays is the lie. We could do like an ER. That could be good. We could do an OER because there's a lot of those words, and then the O we haven't got O in there yet. So let's do lower. Why not? That'll work. Okay. Well, one of the two R's is a lie, so there's definitely an E in the word. We could assume that the E is the lie and do something like super. That would work. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So again, one of the R's is a lie. So we know that these E's are true. So definitely one of the S or the P is true. At least one of those two is definitely true because they can't both be lies, obviously. If there is an R at the end, then it has to be SEP, something R, which is not going to work. So the R, this can't be true. This has to be the lie. So now, what does that mean for... It doesn't necessarily mean the gray R is true. It could be that it's supposed to be yellow, and all three of the R's are lies, in which case you would still have the S and the P. You would need to have an R, but the problem then is it's not going to be SRP. You could do an R there. You'd have to have the E either at the end or... Yeah, that's not going to work either. So I think the gray R's are true. So could we do SUP? Assume the U is the lie. It's possible. But we would need to have the E at the end. And again, I don't think that works. So I don't think the U can be the lie. Okay. Now, knowing that there's an E in the word, if the E is not third, then there's no F, A, or K. If the E is third, then there's no F, A, or K, because the E would be the lie. If the E is not third, then there has to be an F, A, or K as well. So if we do the E at the end, then there has to be a lie in freak. And so I'm kind of thinking S, maybe A, something with an E at the end. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But just because, I mean, S is a better letter than P, so it's more likely to be in the word. But, although, now that I say that, I think of ample, which should, oh no, we can't do the L. Ooh, okay, never mind. So, okay, back to S. We could do SA, or we could do the A third. Something like what? Like what? Scare, but there's no R. Or the E doesn't have to be there. We could do like SEA, or the A somewhere else. Sedan? Sedan would work. Yeah, why not? Let's go with that. Okay, so... one of the two A's is definitely a lie. But we already knew there was an E in the word, so that's not super helpful. If the E is supposed to be second, right? If the E is the lie, we've got to somehow have A and N in different, like, it almost have to be like this, or I don't think that's going to work. So I feel like that E is true. What about shame? That would work. It'd be a shame if that wasn't the answer, though. All right, so... I mean, we've had the green S 3 times now. If that was the lie, it would have to be the lie all 3 times. You'd have to have the P third, the E at the end. You'd have to have an A and an N. It would be E at the end. It couldn't be P N E. No, you couldn't do P A. The A would have to be AP, I think. NE or ANP or NAP. I don't think that's going to work. Maybe it's possible, but... So I feel like the S is going to be true. I like the E at the end. Is there some other SA? And then either putting a D in there or... Well, that's the problem, is... We either need to have a D and an N, or no N or D, if the N is the lie. But, of course, what's the lie and shame then? We need to have either... We need to have an H or an M, and the H doesn't really work. Unless the A is the lie, and there is an A here. I mean, we could do this with other letters, but... stave. Stave would work. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I thought I had it for a second because it was all greens. Oh, this is one of those. Okay, so... Well, one of the two A's here is a lie, right? In shame and stave. So we know the S's and the E's are true. I'm inclined to think that the A is true. Is there something else we could do here? We can't do shave. Because if the A is third, then the A in shame is the lie. So there's no H. I don't think that works. So then is there something else we could do here? We can't do steak, because the A in freak is the lie, so there's no K. Stage! Stage! Okay. Well, the T is definitely true. E is true. I mean, if the yellow A's were true, it would have to be this, which that just doesn't work. So it's got to be this with another... What? State! Another T! A double T? Man. Ugh. I felt like everything I was trying was, kind of right, but I was just trying all the right things that weren't the right... I mean, all the possible things that weren't the right answer, basically. I was kind of on the right track the whole time, and I was taking every possible long route to get to the answer, I guess. No shortcuts today. All right, well, that's right. We still got there. I had an extra guess remaining, so it wasn't like we were in danger of failing exactly. But yeah, all right. Well, let me know if you had a super solve or if you felt shame about how you solved it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let me know how you did getting to the state of completion today, and be sure to subscribe for more.